Welcome, this is the tutorial for the Magic Land of Oz folio and junk journal. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what this beautiful folio looks like. Here is the little journal with lots and lots of pages, all inspired by the Land of Oz books. So lots of pockets. Pocket there. Comes with this mini itty bitty journal. And my favorite thing are these character cards. Lots of different characters that you would come across through the books. There's also a secret pocket. So that is about it. Now we're going to go over the prints that will come with. Oh, let me show you the back. Let me put this away. Okay, now I'm going to go over all the prints. I printed these all on 90-pound cardstock. The journal pages are just on 24-pound regular paper stock. So the first 3 pages you're going to want to print, if you see that there, front, and you're going to want to choose one of the designer pages to print on the back. Those are for the first 3 pages. The rest of it is totally optional whether you're going to put one of the designer pages on the back. A lot of these you'll notice that I did print it on the back, but I really didn't have to. I really wanted it for the little things, and instead of just inking them, I guess I printed them all. The cards, the character cards, you probably would want to have the designer paper on the back. So these are the other cards, and then these are your journal pages, and you'll see that on some of these you have a loose leaf journal page. I'll show you those in a little. Those are just kind of like little note pages. So I'm going to set these off to the side and now cut them out. I've gone ahead and cut these pieces out. I've also inked most of that, so I just want to do a quick show you how to put this together. You'll notice on that first page it will tell you to attach to page 2 on that little white strip there. Make sure I have everything the right direction. There we go. Okay, so we're going to attach this page to this side of the page, and it's going to go right along there, almost close to the fold. I'm going to use some tape. I normally don't use the double-side tape because I'm terrible with it, but I will apply this today. Notice that I missed a little bit up at the top, so I'm going to add just a little bit more tape up at the top. The reason why I like to use glue is because you have a little more wiggle room than the tape. Once you put the tape down, it's down. Okay, make sure that it's nice and adhered. I like to check the other side. Okay, now I'm going to attach the next piece, which is a page. Just got the gatekeeper in front of the door to the Emerald City. So I'm going to add some tape along this edge. Go ahead and attach this part facing up. Secure that down. Let's make sure it folds good. Inner and outer. Okay, now we're going to work on the closure. So I'm going to run a ribbon that will go around. You can do different things today. I'm going to just be doing a ribbon. I went with this really pretty emerald green color. And I want to cut about 14 to 16 inches. Give me a nice length. We'll still use the ribbon, so don't put it away. I'm going to be putting this just on that first panel. I'm going to be attaching it there in the center, and it has the writing that you can put it down. I'm going to go ahead and use some tack glue. This is my favorite glue. And put that down and let it seep, the glue seep through the fibers of the ribbon. Now I'm going to go ahead and find my panel for the front. Actually, this is the panel for the back panel. You'll notice that again I printed this on the designer paper. I don't know why. I'm going to go ahead and use some tack glue. This is a super strong tack glue stick that I'm using to attach that. And I found with the glue on one side of the ribbon and then gluing this down, it holds the ribbon really, really well. Okay, now I want to go ahead and glue the front. This is the front piece. I'm going to glue that down first, and then we're going to attach the ribbon to half of the front. You can always change it up to which panels you use where. These are just how I put the kit together as I was designing it. Alright, smooth this out. I really like to push that glue out to the corners. Okay, so now we're going to attach half of this with these little brads, and I got these little emerald brads to do that with. So I'm going to get my little piece of foam and a little poker. Just stick that brad right in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in between that and the fold and poke another hole to stick the other brad in. One thing I like about using this little piece of foam is that I can flip it over and it holds them there for me, and then I can go ahead and open those up. And that little piece of foam I got with it came in like a brad bundle with about 12 or so brads, and then I just saved the little foam piece. I'm going to go ahead and cover these. I use these little label stickers just to cover the ends of the brad, because we're going to put the secret pocket there, and I don't want anything to snag on those. And make sure that the sticker goes down real well. Okay, so now we have one part of our closure done, like that. So now we're going to add one to the front here. So we're going to get our ruler and our ribbon. This one doesn't have to be as long. I'm just going to go a foot or 12 inches. I don't like the way this end was cut, so I'm going to glue that side in there so it hides it. So I'm just going to add in a little bit of glue, just like we did on the front part, or the other side. Tack that down, and we're going to find the piece that has the Oz logo. And I'm going to go ahead and put glue on that to secure that ribbon to the front flap. You guys might hear my kids in the background. It is summertime. It's never quiet. Okay, go ahead and glue that down real well. Okay, so now we have our closure. We can go ahead and we could tie that, but we're not going to. We're going to open it up because we're going to add in all of our pockets and stuff. I'm going to open this up. I've got this last panel to add. I want this panel to be able to hold my junk journal, so I'm going to be attaching a ribbon to hold it. And so the ribbon is going to go around this panel all the way around, and then we will glue that down to the folio. Add some glue. We just need enough ribbon that's going to go all the way around. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to wrap the ribbon around this panel and cut. And then we'll put a line of glue down the center. And attach the ribbon to that. And I realize realize that I was trying to do the wrong panel. So I'm going to chalk this one, or ink the edges of this panel. I hadn't cut that one out. And I'll attach the right panel to the folio here. So I'm going to run the glue along the center. I'm just eyeballing it. You could put it really wherever you would like. You'll notice I put the ribbon down flat. I put the panel on top, and now I'm just wrapping the ribbon around the back of that panel. And I'm going to add a piece of tape because I want that to be super secure. And we're going to glue again. This. Oh, I need to bring it up a little bit. And thankfully, I didn't press down too hard on that tape. Otherwise, it would have been where it was. I'm sorry, our junk journal, or anything else you want to put in there. Okay, so now we're going to do a little flap that'll go on the end here. And how I'm going to do this is going to seem kind of backwards. I'm going to fold this down. I want the fold to be wrapping around that panel with the gatekeeper, so it needs to attach to the other side, and I'll show you it's kind of a little different. So I'm going to grab the piece that's going to cover the flap and glue it to that first. So I don't want to glue it down that way. I want to have it wrap around. So I want to attach it to, this is the panel that is going to, it's a little side pocket that's going to cover that flat little white piece. And the reason why I did that was because I want to make sure that that flap is going to fold around the paper, around that edge there. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue just around the 3 edges of this pocket. You could do this with tape. I'm going to do it with glue. So we have Princess Dorothy, that's going to be the left pocket on the inside, and we got our flap. We'll add a pocket to that in a little bit on the inside. Now we're going to go ahead and add our right side with Princess Ozma. She will be our right side pocket. Just like before, we're going to put glue around the 3 outer edges. Now we're going to do the middle. Now you can do this in 2 different ways. You can glue it straight down. I want to have a little hidden pocket, so I'm only going to glue around the outer 3 edges. If you don't want the secret pocket, you could just glue it straight down and cover the backs of those brads. Make sure it's nice and secure. Because of the brads, I have to use this side to really smooth it out. Make sure that there's no glue sticking out. Okay, so now we have our secret pocket. Grab our other pockets. Now this kit comes with lots of pockets, lots of flaps. This is just something I'm going to add here to hold our little loose journal pages, our loose leaf journal pages. I'm just going to add glue to the top and bottom, and this is going to kind of give us a little hold, kind of like using the ribbon, but we're using the piece of paper to do that. And now we can use that as a little pocket too. Now that pocket, that pocket. Now I'm going to move on to our other pockets to go in this blank panel. Again, you can use whatever pockets you want to design this. This is how I'm going to do it in the tutorial. I've got our Emerald City and our Yellow Brick Road. There's a little taller one and a shorter one, and kind of give us a kind of a little 3D pop out. Fold down my sides first, then my bottom. Eyeball it here, and just add some glue. I always feel so weird adding the glue on camera because it's not really how I glue, but I gotta do it a little ways away from me so that it can actually be seen and my head's not in the way. Alright, and add this bottom part. And this is going to kind of, it's going to go down below it, but the top little notch at the top's gonna go over the pocket with the Emerald City on it. We'll kind of give it that near and far look. Hold that down. And now we have our two pockets. We're going to add a pocket here to this other flap. I'm going to grab the one with the house. This would be Aunt Em and Uncle Henry's farmhouse. You could pick any of the other pockets to use. I think this one fits really well right here. We need lots of pockets because we have lots of fun stuff to put into this folio. Alright, so now we have the folio is all ready to go. Go ahead and set that off to the side, and now we're going to work on the junk journal. We have our pages here. I've printed these front to back so that there is a journal page on each side. You can print these on, different colored paper on the back, or if you have another thing, you could just leave it plain on the back, or maybe some coffee dyed or whatever paper that you want to print it on. Everybody's printer prints a little bit differently. Mine prints where I have to trim a little bit off the top, and then I flip it over, and then it trims a little bit off the bottom. But otherwise I still get the front and back. So there I have my journal page. I'm going to go ahead and now cut. This is our loose leaf page, kind of like a little note. Okay, set that off to the side. So now you can kind of see that we can put these in that little belt. And that can be a place to hold those. Okay, set that off again. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these. Like magic, I have cut them all out. And I went ahead, I like the little white edges to be covered up, so I went ahead and inked all the edges too. I didn't talk about this, but these are your little tiny junk journal. I've cut all of those out, and then they just layer on top of each other with the white part together. I'm just going to kind of tap these down so that the front part is flat. And then I'm going to use a stapler, and I'm going to put 2 staples in that white section. This is a super simple way to bind this. So you have the little flip book, and I'm going to go ahead now, and this is a piece of just one of the flaps that I have cut down. It's about 3.5 by 1.5, almost 2. You kind of measure it out so that it covers that little booklet. Once it's covered, I'm going to go ahead and add glue around. I want to make sure that these little prongs are down all the way. It did punch through quite a few of those. Now, I'm going to go ahead and glue this almost like a paperback. Put glue along both edges, or both ends, and then along the edge. Then I'm going to wrap the cover. Because it's glue, we can move it around a little bit. I have to make sure that it's nice and snug. Any extra glue, you can wipe that off. Now I'm going to grab one of those metal paper clips and stick that on the end. Just while it's drying, it kind of holds that together, and set that off to the side. But that's pretty much done. So I'm going to do kind of the same thing with the gluing technique. We could sew this, we could do lots of things. This is an easy way to put this junk journal together. I'm going to count out 4 pages, because I'm going to make some signatures. That's what they call when you have like a group of folded pages together in book form. It's a signature. So we should get 3 signatures out of this. Make sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold these in half. Give myself a nice line. I have a long arm stapler, so that's why I can use a stapler. If you don't have a long arm stapler, you can always use your little poker and guide the staples through that way, or you could sew it. Again, I'm going to ink those edges here just to cover up the little bit of white that I missed. Okay. I really do love the art in this kit. I love how it turned out. I have been a fan of the Oz books ever since I was little. So I'm going to go ahead and stack these so that the edge, the folded edge... Wait, we gotta staple these first. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and staple... line this up. You might be able to get away with a normal stapler. The size of this journal is not that wide. I I want to make sure that staple goes through right on that fold, that crease that we made. And because I'm super nitpicky, I'm going to do it off camera for the rest of them. Boom. Magical. Now these are all stapled and ready to go. So I'm going to stack them together, and I want to make sure that the inside where our spine is going to be is nice and straight. That's my biggest concern, is that it's straight. Use some paper clips to help us with that. Okay, and the cover should then just wrap around this. And I'm going to kind of ease it in, but what I'm going to do is actually score the lines here. You should be able to see the 2 lines. This will give us a better spine, especially since we're going to be gluing it. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to add some glue to this center. I haven't used tape. I suppose you could use tape. You could use bookbinding glue. I think this tack glue works really well. I'm just going to make sure that those edges are right up against the spine. And I'm going to move these paper clips because I want to move it to the end to kind of hold it in place. I'm going to put those clips off on the side, and once that's dry we will have our journal. So both of those can go over there. Clean up. So we have our loose leaf pages. We can put those. Oh, that's right, we're going to stick this in this. We're going to add a little bit of ribbon. This is just a 3-inch piece of ribbon. I'm going to fold it in half. This card is in the kit. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And put that ribbon down just so it kind of tucks out. And then there are lots of little embellishments. I'm going to use this little emerald one and use that to cover up the fold of the ribbon. And that way we have the little card, and we'll have a pull that we can pull it out so that it's a little easier to get it in and out of that hidden pocket. Now we have that. Okay. This is another card that's part of the kit. And go ahead and fold this over. And we can stick this in the side pocket here. And then these are different pockets that you can put in the junk journal. These are our loose leaf pages. I'm going to go ahead and tuck those in our little belt that we made. And then we have an envelope. Just going to go ahead and fold the sides down, and then the bottom flap up. Add some glue. And then you can put whatever you want in this envelope. And just go ahead and grab some of our embellishments from the kit and put those in there. We could put some of these other pieces in there. Here are our character cards, my favorite part of the kit. The Oz books are filled with such fascinating characters. We can use those to put in our different pockets that we've created. Ones over on this side. And then we have lots of other, when I was designing the different characters, I come up with lots of different things that I just didn't want to get rid of, so I just made them into those little cards. We have just the rest of our embellishments that you can stick however you want, design this however you want it to be. That is the tutorial for this kit. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, that's where our journal will go in there once it's all done. I'm going to go ahead and tie it up as if we were done. And it is complete. Thank you for watching and happy crafting.